Hey, all right. Welcome to Tuesday. I'm Ultra David.
And I'm James Chen. This is, of course, your weekly fighting game news source. For us, this is just Tuesday.
That's right. Sorry we're a little bit late. You know, we both are working men, and we got in a little bit late after work, so it happens sometimes. But, anyway, hopefully we'll move on. It'll be a regular show, and, hopefully you guys don't react too badly to that.
Yeah, exactly. Now, some people are talking about Crackle. Don't worry, that it'll be there at some point. So
We'll just try to, consistently press mute, unmute so that it,
I'm definitely going to fix some problems. I talked to Chris Seglia this weekend at KI Cup, and he told me what could be the source of the problem and such. So
Sweet.
Hopefully we'll have that taken care of.
Here we go. You gotta keep doing it, every 30 seconds.
Okay.
Even if we're talking, just do it.
Just do it, you know, we're talking.
I feel like that's better.
Okay, no problem.
Anyway, so we'll talk about the Killer Instinct World Cup, which you went to.
Yes, I did.
We'll talk also about the Street Fighter V beta and Mortal Kombat X betas, which I went to.
God, I wish I got to play more Street Fighter. I didn't get to play any. I've barely been able to play any betas at all for Street Fighter V.
And that totally sucks. We'll also talk about, upcoming events. We'll talk about
gaming news.
Some games came out.
We'll react to stuff as well.
UltraChen reacts, or exclamation point.
Yes, exactly.
That's right.
You need to do your goofy react face.
This is my goofy react face. I'm already doing it. We'll talk about, dining and dashing.
Yeah.
This purposely bled over title over here. You see this? We thought that would be funny if we just bled over.
Oh yeah.
Dining news. Anyway.
Exactly.
You want to talk about the Killer Instinct World Cup? I'm really curious to hear about it. I watched it on TV, but I was also playing Street Fighter and Mortal, and so I didn't catch 100% of it. I had work to do. It was a busy weekend, to be honest. Yeah. So I'm really interested to hear from your perspective, having been there, just how it was, generally speaking, before results.
Yeah. Look, I'm just gonna say this right. It was amazing. Seriously, the KI community is sick. These guys, they're so legit. I mean, when I first got there, the venue was kind of this weird building. It looked like it was off in the middle of nowhere, and I was just like, this place looks kind of shady or whatever like that. And as the day started up, as the doors opened, the seats weren't too full, and I was like, I wonder how this is gonna go and stuff like that. But then all of a sudden, the room just ended up packed, just full of KI players from all around the world. And mostly from the States, but there's a couple of guys from France, for example, that made out there, and I wasn't prepared, honestly, for how friendly and how open and welcoming the entire community was. Honestly, I had so many people come up to me and they're like, I'm so glad you're interested in the game. The commentary was over the speakers so people could hear it over there.
Oh.
And then people actually told me that I did a good job. And I wasn't sure because I was really nervous at first. I was really...
Yeah, I could tell you were nervous, to be honest. You weren't saying much at the start.
Yeah, exactly. I was just kind of scared for a little bit. But most people said that they liked what I did and stuff like that. They were super glad that I was there to support. The craziest part, too, was that most people, they thought that Brandon Alexander, the guy who does the Ultra Arcade, who organized the whole entire thing, they thought it was they reached out to me and it was hey, James, would you be willing to learn KI and all this stuff? And I told them that it was literally me going up to Sajam and Maximilian and being hey, I'm kind of interested in helping out with this. And they were actually really happy about that. But it was just really cool. The people there were exciting too. Just the best way to explain it was the change list explanation.
That was such a good idea. Man.
Yeah. So they went over the Season 3 change list with the audience there. So you could literally hear the audience react. And even got Swordsman, they had the camera on him while they were going over the Cinder changes. And when everything started as a buff, he was just as a nerf, he was just looked really sad. But the fact that they reacted to the way they did, I heard so many people shouting finally, and oh my God, thank God. And they were standing ovations during some of the changes. Like, there was one where they talked about Aganos, him turning the wall into a club. And they're like, the startup of this is 6 frames faster. And the whole audience was like, oh my god. Oh, I was like, dude, you just made an audience gasp and react to the sentence, the club is 6 frames faster. Like, the startup is 6 frames fast. So it was just really telling to me how much of the players really, one, just understand their own game.
Yeah.
And two, how in tune Keats is with his own game and what people want to be changed and stuff. It's really interesting because I talked to Keats about that, and I even talked to him. I was like, I was really amazed at how the feedback that you got from that. He was like, yeah, I would hear everybody's complaints, and then I would go and find the real source of the problem. Like, he's like, I wouldn't just like react to them saying, this is too cheap. He would go and figure out why it's too cheap and like fix something else that actually kind of propagates that being cheap and stuff. So I don't know. It was really cool.
That's great.
Yeah.
Keats reacts well.
Yeah, and just the whole event was really cool. The way they got to show off Kim Woo right away. You know, it wasn't even just like a reveal trailer and that's it. You actually got to see what she did. And yeah, and I just personally had a blast there. The community was super, super, like I said, it was just super friendly. Everyone was so cool. The whole community was just like really positive. Like, everyone you talked to was just like, yeah, I just love this game. The guys from France, like they went to CEO, they went to Evo, they went to like every event just because they want to support the game, you know. Dang. And it's crazy. So I don't know, like, I was actually blown away by just how cool the community really was, and I'm hoping Season 3 really does good things for that game, because it's just, they seem like they deserve a lot. I mean, think about it. That whole event was put on by the community.
Right.
They had like a World Cup thing put on by the community.
Right.
I mean, Keats talked to me about that. He was like, this is 100% community funded. You know, and then you talk to Brandon Alexander. He gave out awards to everybody at the end. He even stopped halfway through. He had more awards to give out, but he just didn't want to keep going.
That's
he
great.
gave me an award.
Yeah,
I don't even know why I had an award. Like, I didn't do anything, you know. And he would come up to me. He's like, I really thank you for coming out. I'm like, I didn't do anything. Like, you guys did everything. So it was very cool. It was very cool.
Yeah, they funded it all, right? And a lot of people did it at no compensation to themselves.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, awesome. Like, literally, not even, well, I don't know if that's public knowledge, so I won't talk about that, but nobody funded it except for Brandon and the community. Let's just put it that way.
That's awesome.
Yeah, so it was really good stuff.
I mean, just to watch it, I thought it was great. I'd never really seen a stream like that when it came to the balancing changes. You know, there have been certainly streams. I mean, it's not true, I guess, entirely. Like, some Skullgirls streams would sometimes have, you know, salty cupcakes and like that
that's
stuff.
Right, that's
right.
But
even that was, like, relatively rare. And, you know, with MKX, they had the combat casts where they introduced the characters, but then they would just put the lists out later. Right. They'd just be like, here's the changes.
And there's no live audience to it.
No live audience, yeah. So I thought that was a really cool and interesting idea, and it went great.
Sick. Dude, the audience reacting to everything was, like, I had more fun watching the audience react to things. But the interesting thing is, I actually tweeted out, I was like, this revolutionizes how we do change lists. Like, I feel like everyone should do this. And someone actually replied to me with something that I felt like was pretty legit. And he was like, I don't know if this would work for every community. He's like, there's some communities where this just might be a blow up. Like, you do this and everyone would just get pissed and everyone would be really negative and angry. But there's just something about that community. They're so happy. Like, it was really weird to see how happy they were and just how friendly everyone was. So.
It looked awesome. It looked awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah, as far as the Mike Z doing beta changes in front of live audience, I didn't mean to imply that was the rare part. I was more about the audience size, but yeah, no, that was awesome. And anyway, I liked the sort of like setting of it with like a big group of people that are all gathered there here. I just thought it was awesome. I'd love to see that more and more games, but you might be right that it might be like only sort of some scenes can handle that.
Right, and the other cool thing, I mean, honestly, if you think about it, this is a very rare situation where this event was literally for only one game.
Yeah. Like,
there was people playing other games on the side every once in a while, but it was really rare to see this. This is the only game. and it was pulled off, and it was so successful. Like, now, I mean, Smash has gone to a whole nother level. I can't even use them as the blueprint for how communities need to build up themselves. You know what I mean? But this KI community, I feel like they're just like, they are the landmark now. Like, for this is how community supports itself, and this is how they build something together. Because honestly, I told Brandon this too. It's not even just the fact that they pulled this event off, but they managed to keep KI sustained for 2 years while nobody owned a console that could play it.
Well, I mean, I guess not nobody, right? But, yeah.
But I mean, the fact that they were able to sustain that for 2 years to the point where now all these people are like, I'm really interested in Season 3. Now it's coming out on PC. I'm going to play it.
Yeah.
You know, and to me, I think that actually says a lot about a community that they were able to sustain it for 2 years. And actually,
for sure.
I feel like it's growing. You know what I mean? Yeah. I actually feel like it has the potential to grow bigger at this point.
Look, after having seen some of the changes, and I mean, look, I don't know the characters that well in the first place, but like when they explained it, they made sense to me. If that makes sense. And then, you know, knowing that it's going to be on PC and the combo assist thing is going to be there, and they even like explained how they changed that, and all those things. And having watched it now, I mean, I never really watched the game that much, but I did watch a lot of it this weekend, and I thought it looked super cool. So I'm excited to try it out.
The days of me making fun of Fireball Sparks is It's funny too, because I know Keats and Isaac Del Reich actually asked about you too. They're like, so is David gonna play on Season 3?
I'll definitely give it a go.
Yeah,
for sure.
I think it was Isaac who was really interested on your opinion on combo assist, and I was like, no, David seems really excited about combo assist.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah. Certainly from the stream perspective, I thought it was good, and they got good numbers. And
it got over 25K, which is the record for anything non-Evo for KI. Right.
That's awesome. Yeah. Anything else to talk about with the event itself before we get to results?
Nothing comes to mind directly. Just, I mean, shout outs once again to the stream crew, Hanzo, Spencer, and, you know, Chris Seglia and Rick. Seglia, I mean, he's the one who gets everything ready so that while it's there, it runs smoothly. Yeah. But like Spencer and Hanzo putting in all the work, and Brandon and Rick and those guys doing everything. It's just such a great team of people running events. And I don't say that for KI World Cup. I'm saying that just for everything that they've been doing recently. Yeah. All right. Well, results, I guess. Oh yeah, and Josh, of course, and Black Rose. Sorry. Yeah.
For sure. Oh, was he there also?
Yeah, he was there. That's there.
That's cool. Yeah, he comes to a lot of stuff.
Yeah, for sure. Thank you, Hanzo.
All right. Well, you want to talk about the results then?
Yeah.
Do you want to go through top 8 or the whole thing, or?
Well, so the way that they did it, that they had 4 last chance qualifiers. The winners of those single elimination tournaments made it into the top 32. Right. A couple of other guys made it in just because some of the guys couldn't make it, like the Japanese players. So then it was just a top 32, 3 out of 5 double elimination. So I don't know if you want to just do the upper half. So
sure, we'll do top 16. So tied for 13th places were UL Zerg Killer with Aganos and Spinal. 13th also Thompson, Jago, Paul B, Saberwolf, Hisako, Riptor, and then LCD with Orchid and Maya. 9th were AKG Shin Paulo with Thunder, PAG Pink Diamond Maya. 9th also NS Nikki Vengeance with Fulgore.
Yeah, most people are saying that. I guess it's supposed to be Vengeance. I don't know.
Okay, fine. Nikki Vengeance with Fulgore. Then Yomi Blake, Jago Blake with Jago.
Yep.
7th place.
I'm just gonna say Zerg Killer Aganos. It's like my favorite guy to watch, dude. Once Season 3 is out, I'm totally getting into Aganos. I swear, Aganos is so.
You know what's
cool.
funny is I think I only saw Zerg Killer actually play once myself. And he got ripped. his Aganos got dunked by Fulgore, I think, and he went to Spinal and he like almost took it back.
Yeah. No, some of the earlier matches were ridiculous. Like some of them, he just demolished some people. So yeah, Aganos is so cool. Aganos is so awesome.
Sick. 7th place, Water Horses, Glacius, and KIUF CR Cupcake with Saberwolf and Maya. 5th, BH Grief with Sadira, Conra, Orchid. Also UA Base with Spinal and Cinder. 4th, F3 Flipside Hollywood Sleep. Conra, Arya, Glacius.
He's that guy who plays everyone in the game.
But he plays zoners, right? It's like
yeah, that's true. Yeah, it's true. It's true.
Which I think is cool. Third, UL Emperor Rebello with TJ Combo, Shadow Jago. And second place, UA My God with Saberwolf. And then winner of the whole thing, Rico Suave.
That's right.
Who won Evo with Shadow Jago, Omen, and Glacius.
Yeah, shout out to he's the other guy who uses a bunch of characters.
Right.
He busted out Omen. Everyone was like, what the hell? And he won with him.
Yeah, I remember hearing on stream that when he picked Omen, that was the pick that made it so every single character got used at least once during the top 32.
All 18 characters. Yeah, so that's really impressive. I mean, that's just a sign of the balance in the game, you know.
Sure.
It is funny, too. I still remember when I walked outside, I heard some people talking about it, and they're like, oh, KI is just, like, not like Street Fighter. It's not as much matchup-based or whatever. And it's funny because I actually don't agree. I actually think KI is really matchup-based.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, I actually feel like that some matches, like... It's interesting. So My God actually came up to me afterwards, and he was like, "What do I do?" It's like I keep playing, and I can't. I mean, he got second place, right? But he's like I just keep missing it over and over and over again. And I was like, maybe it's time to pick up another character besides Saberwolf, because he's a loyalist,
right?
And I was like, character loyalty's nice, but winning is nicer, you know. And he actually looked at me. He's like, "Yeah, I kind of agree." I was like, find someone who can fight certain characters, and then the counter pick that you pick, find someone who can fight the characters that can counter pick that person until you create a nice circle. For sure. You know, create that Mega Man loop so you have something in. I mean, look, Sleep made it really far, Rico Suave made it really far, and it's not a surprise because they use multiple characters.
Actually, everybody else in the top 8 except for Water Horses had at least 2 characters that they used. Mm-hmm. Rick said that all 18 characters won at least one set as well. Cool. Not just used, but they used to win a set.
Yeah, it's interesting because I was talking to some people. I mentioned this on the KI stream as well. Steve mentioned to me that like Omen and Riptor are largely kind of considered bottom 3 in the game in the U.S., but in Japan, like they think those 2 characters are amazing. So you know, it's really just dependent on how you look at it, I guess.
It's so My God and Rebello, they don't go out to many tournaments, right?
Yeah, I don't think that. Well, I don't know. They both were seated pretty decently high. I know Rebello's from Canada. Yeah. So I don't think. I
remember hearing he plays a lot online, and that My God just like doesn't go to that much stuff. But when he does, because it was the same way. The reason I bring it up is because it was the same way in MK. He was a really good MK player, and I think he got top 8 at Evo, or maybe that was Injustice, but maybe it was both. Anyway, really good player, but you didn't see him that often. Right. And when he came out, he would be like one of the best. So. Yeah.
Well, I mean, that's one of the advantages of KI. I'll be frank. It's just that the netcode is so good. Yeah. Right. So a lot of the players who did well in the tournament got a lot of points from the online tournaments, and practicing online actually legitimately feels like you're practicing, you know, side by side offline. And you know, the game outside of manuals doesn't have a lot of really horrible, like really tight timing things. So I think it just and rollback netcode works best for that kind of style, right? Those kind of things. So I just think it works out well. So.
Well, I thought it was cool to watch, man.
Yeah, I really enjoyed it.
Me too.
I mean, honestly, like everyone there was like, "Are you gonna do more commentary for more KI?" I was like, "Dude, if the community's down to have me, you know, because I just don't want to go up there and make a mockery of their game, of course. You know." So I mean, I'd be more than happy to help do more KI commentary because I think it's fun.
By the way, I noticed what you and Steve mentioned to me about the combo breakers like not being as big a deal.
Oh yeah.
And individual hits being more important. I guess that was apparent to me.
Yeah, I mean honestly, if it was
it seemed matchup based, but like definitely, like some characters seemed like that was more or less important.
Yeah. But I mean honestly, if it was still season 1, that wouldn't be the case. That change really happened after season 2 when Keats kind of upped the damage of the individual.
I liked it.
Hits, so. But yeah, no, it's super fun. So I wish it success.
All right.
Yeah, that's actually true. KI does actually have some more tight links than Street Fighter V, because Street Fighter V has the buffer input now, and some of the manuals actually are harder to time than that in KI.
Do you want to address the character balances at all, or is that something for?
It would probably be better if we got Steve on
okay.
here to do that.
Or maybe when Season 3 is coming out, maybe we can do it then.
And then also, they announced Kim Woo.
I was gonna say, yeah. What did you think about her?
She looked really cool. Actually, I was really surprised that she turned out the way she did, because she. I mean, I heard in the original game she was supposed to be short, but in the original game everyone looked weird.
Yeah,
I'm just gonna put it down. They all look.
They're forgettable and weird looking at the same time.
But I mean, I made the joke that it's like, oh, racial stereotype because the Chinese girl is super short. But I like the fact that she was kind of short and spunky-ish. You know what I mean?
I thought she was a cool character.
Yeah, she had a lot of neat little things about her. So
yeah.
I just like the fact that you can spin nunchucks forever.
I thought that was sick, and I really like the idea of canceling into grab out of that.
Oh, dude.
I thought she had some cool ideas, dude. Yeah. But all those characters do.
Yeah. And then, of course, they had a teaser for the next guest character. I don't know if you saw it.
I don't think I did.
Yeah, they had a teaser where they showed a bunch of, like, Halo things, and then, like, so the blade from one of the aliens or something, and then it went away. And so people are suspecting that the Arbiter is going to be in the game. And look, I'm not going to lie. After, like, the audience was going nuts about that, and people were like, the Arbiter might be in the game. I had to Google what the hell an Arbiter is. I don't know what that is. I think it's just the aliens that you kill with the blade arm or something.
Like is it pronounced Arbiter?
I have no idea.
It's not like Arbiter? Is that what you're saying?
I don't know. I have no idea. Maybe it is.
Look, I don't know.
Dude, I have never played Halo. I know nothing about Halo. Well, I mean, how else are you supposed to pronounce this?
I mean, is it Arbiter?
Yeah.
That's Arbiter. Yeah.
Arbiter? Oh, okay. Because I would imagine it would be Arbiter if there was two T's.
Look, it's English. I don't know what's talking about. But
Okay,
definitely that word, unless it's pronounced some different way, because it's some.
Exactly.
Anyway, that word is typically pronounced Arbiter.
Arbiter, like Armika. R.biter. There you go. Yeah. There you go. Okay.
Yeah. Oh, that is right. Okay.
Okay.
My Halo experience is basically only multiplayer during college, and then that was it. So,
nice.
That was some time ago at this point.
Okay. Arbiter. Sorry. It's didn't have two T's. Should have two T's. English. Yeah.
I mean, it's a word that I know well because it's the legal. There's a legal.
Okay. Yeah. Okay, that makes sense. That makes sense.
You go into arbitration. There's an arbiter.
Yeah, that's true.
Anyway,
bustling side streets.
Bustling. All right. Well, and is there anything else to say about Killer Instinct?
No, nothing comes to mind.
Okay.
Yep.
Sounds good.
So you got to play a bunch of Street Fighter V beta.
Yes, I played a crap ton of Street Fighter V beta.
I'm so jealous.
Man, did I play a crap ton. It was good. I liked it.
All 15 characters, just no Fang, right?
Correct. Yeah.
Okay.
So at the start of it, my connections were only against people from outside of the U.S. I played like France, Switzerland, Lebanon, Japan, all over the place. And, look, those connections were how you would think. Like, it's not like the person just picked the flag. It's like, you could tell by the connection, like they're from somewhere far away. So then I switched it. You could pick how many, like, bars or whatever. So I picked 3 to 5, like the Street Fighter V beta Twitter account actually recommended. Anyway, it turned out fine. For the most part, my connections were good. I would say 80 to 90% were totally playable. There was like 10% that was gnarly, but overall good. Okay, overall good connections. Cool. Yeah,
that's awesome.
And I spent a bunch of time playing, mostly Dalsum, Zangief, and then Bison. And man, Dalsum is so sick. He's so sick.
The coolest thing that I've heard so far is that it seems like all of the characters seem pretty good, right?
I would say all the characters seem pretty good, yeah. In talking with people on the Twitters and elsewhere, a lot of people had very different views, and that's always a good sign for balance, because it indicates that different people see strengths in at least every individual character. So I heard some people talking about, oh man, Ken seems bad. Other people say Ken seems top tier. Maybe Ken's the best player in the game, best character in the game. Some people thought, man, Laura seems ridiculous. Other people, Laura, I don't know, I don't see it.
Right.
So it was that way for just about all of the characters. I would say the only one that I didn't see that much positive feedback for was Mika.
But I saw some people on Twitter saying that they thought Mika was pretty
Did
decent.
you? Okay,
Yeah,
that's great.
yeah.
That's great. I certainly hope that's the case.
Dude, the worst thing about it is, like, after KI Cup was over on Sunday, like, I went back to the hotel room, I started settling down, I was reading my Twitter, I was going through all the Twitter, and I saw you and Olaf had a big old talk on,
Yes, we did.
It was like, tune in right now, me and Olaf are talking about it. Oh, I was like, oh, sweet, I want to hear this. I jumped on the stream turned on, and you're like, well, thanks, everybody, for tuning in.
Sorry,
I was like,
James.
oh, like, really? Turned it off. Then I went to Flow Stream, but that's another story.
But we'll talk about that later. Who's saying Ken is top 3? You know who I heard said that? I heard, complete grapevine, nothing to back it up, but I heard that Ryan Hart thinks that Ken might be the best.
Interesting.
I also know that CD Jr. thinks that Ken is top tier. So anyway, all the different characters have their champions.
Dude, I actually don't even think Cammy's bad. Like,
No.
some people are, like, joking. Like, I just think she's boring. That's just all it is.
I think she's good.
Yeah. The funniest thing is I was actually someone actually, like, because Justin messed with Cammy, and so he posted up his video, you know, his YouTube video of it, and someone's like, do you still think Cammy's boring? And I was like, I don't think she's, well, do you still think Cammy's bad, right? And I was like, I don't think she's bad. I just think she's boring, and the hooligan stuff isn't going to work at all, right? And Justin responded to that, and he said, like, Cammy's only fun when all your hits are landing.
Okay.
You know, which basically means when that shenanigan stuff is working, yeah, she's fun.
Yeah.
But, you know, that's not going to last very long, I don't think.
When I was playing I only played against 2 or 3 Cammies the whole weekend, and I did get hit by Hooligan a few times, and I resolved that I'll never get hit by that again.
Well, because the thing about it, right now...
I stood up into it and got grabbed.
Oh, yeah. Well, a lot of the times, too, when she hooligans and dive kicks the other side and hits you, it's because you're still playing Street Fighter 4.
Yeah.
Like, you see her go over your head, you're like, oh, time for me to punish, so you walk into things. When you gain the reaction to just jabber every single time, then it's like, oh, well.
For sure.
See you later.
For sure. So, I'm not going to get into what Dalsum can do, because we're going to STSFN.
Really? Really?
But character is ridiculous.
Yeah?
You'll see. You'll see.
Okay.
You'll see.
I mean, I've heard a lot of good things about Dalsum.
You'll see.
Ricky said good things. PR Rog had Dalsum in his top tier list.
That character's... I'm not sure that I'm gonna say top tier, but maybe. I'm not gonna go there. Just very fun and unique and open-ended, and many different styles will work. And
he actually seems like the
so
most
cool.
Technical execution-heavy character in the game right
he
now.
actually might be. Yeah. Yeah, he actually might be. I played a bunch of Zangief. A lot of people are sleeping on Zangief.
Really?
Yeah.
They don't think he's good?
Yeah. Like, a lot of people on Twitter were saying, oh, you know, what do you think about Geef? It seems like he has a really tough time against a bunch of matchups. And I do think that's true against some characters. Dalsum seems pretty tough. Pretty tough. Chun-Li, sure. A couple others. But, man, I can see light at the end of the tunnel even in those. And there's a bunch of other characters that I think he dunks himself.
Right.
So, I think he's really, really fun. I have a blast using him. I killed so many people with Sig V-Trigger stuff. Oh, it was genius, James. Oh, my God. The coolest thing I did, it worked, was so harassing with pokes, right, until you can get a free dash-in SPD, right? Fine. But then the time after that, I dashed up, crouching short, hit confirm super. Oh, God, it was so good. It was so good.
I think...
That's such a blast to do.
I will say this. Geef is going to be hard to use against people with really good fundamentals. But it's just going to be the same situation when you see Snake Eyes go up against Daigo and all of a sudden it looks like Zangief can't do anything, right? I don't think that's just a fundamental design of Geef. But I think he has so many more tools to overcome that problem than he's ever had. He has armor. He has a hopping knee that beats low sweeps.
Yep.
You know, he has a decent dash. And then when worse comes to worse, he has a vacuum that sucks you in and sets you up for a 50-50 kind of situation.
I mean, his far crouching medium kick is one of the farthest in the game, and it's cancelable. And it's cancelable into V-trigger, yes, but it's also cancelable into EX bear grab, which has armor. And when I first tried that, I thought, this is silly. Nobody's just going to get grabbed by my half-screen grab. But when people are playing...
Wait, which move cancel? You said crouching forward?
Crouching forward kick.
It's cancelable?
Yes, dude.
Was it always that way? Like, even in Beta 3, and I just did...
As far as I know.
Dude, I just looked at that move, and I just assumed it wasn't cancelable.
Well, it's cancelable.
Holy crap, okay.
So anyway, in Street Fighter V, at least right now, people are very buttonsy. They're like trying to take up space constantly.
Yeah.
So if you cancel your crouching medium kick into an armored, quick-moving, forward-moving move, I got a lot of people out of their footsies.
Right, like you would, after low forward, you'd start up and then they'd punch.
Yes,
and then you'd
exactly
grab them.
right.
Okay,
yeah.
okay.
Anyway, I think he has a lot of tools. The damage is there. The mix-ups are there. I found out that SPDs leave you at different spots and different timings based on which one. The jab one leaves you in a bad position, but it's the farthest range.
Right, okay.
So strong and fierce and EX. Like,
that's actually really smart. So
really
fierce leaves you closest, huh?
Actually, EX does.
Oh, right.
Yeah,
okay. No, but that's actually really, that's a great idea.
Dude, super cool.
I like that.
Okay. Crush counter anti-air for 200 damage is pretty sick.
Yeah,
a lot of cool stuff.
I gotta imagine we can probably come up with some crazier crush counter anti-air stuff.
I'm sure there's cooler stuff in there. Yeah. I played a lot also with Bison, who I think has a lot of interesting sort of free-form play about him. I think you can play him in really different and interesting ways. Yeah. Grounded, or very air mobile, or cool stuff.
There was one point in time where I think it was on Saturday that I turned on the stream while you were playing Bison. Okay. It was one of those days, and I saw that. And it's really interesting because everyone like doesn't like Bison because he moves so slow or whatever.
The walk is very slow.
And you were talking about Bison, and I saw someone like type in the chat, like, man, Bison's so mobile. You know, I mean, he just has a lot of really good movement options.
He does.
So it's just like that whole...
Roundhouse scissors is safe.
Yeah, and the slow walk speed just doesn't matter.
You never walk.
Yeah.
You never walk.
I also really like that roundhouse scissors is safe, by the way, because it's the one that takes the longest to start up. So it makes a lot more sense, and it helps him get in. It's backwards of what the standard philosophy that you make the short range one safe. But then you also always make the short one so it does the least damage. You always make the short one so it travels the least distance, and it starts up the fastest. So the fact that they swapped it around with Bison, I think, is really smart. I think it's really smart. Yeah.
I think Bison is super good. Dude, it's a mix-up to dash toward. That's awesome. Dash toward into grab, sure. But then if the opponent looks to tech, and I did this a bunch of times, dash toward, stand roundhouse, crush counter.
Ooh, okay.
The dash toward is a mix-up. It's so sick. Although as Geef, playing against the Bison who like to dash too much, I whiff punished his dashes a few times with SPD.
Oh, well, yeah, of course.
Anyway, a lot of cool stuff going on there. It was really fun to play. The character that I thought gave me the most trouble was Chun-Li. I think that character is pretty ridiculous.
Dude, and the funny thing is, I watch it. No one does instant head stomp shenanigans.
Oh, there were a couple people who did.
Were there?
Yes.
Okay, good.
And they were doing instant head stomp, and they were doing instant legs, and they were
all
that sick stuff. But at the same time, her footsies are super good.
Right.
Her anti-airs are absurd. I even went into training mode, and I tried to find a solution to her stand short and back fierce, and I couldn't. There's no timing or space where Zangief has a jump in.
Dude, even back roundhouse is really good. And the reason why back roundhouse really good, it hits straight up.
Yeah.
But it still hits like over here. And if you have V-trigger activated, it becomes a soft knockdown. So you get back roundhouse into like back fierce, so you get extra juggles. So she just, like, when she activates V-trigger, you can't jump at her anymore.
Her overhead she can combo out of in V-trigger. I just think that character has everything.
Yeah.
So she's like my early pick for that beta of being the best, but you know, whatever. Everybody has their own ideas.
Cool.
It was awesome, man. I really had a good time.
I'm so sad. Look, I mean, honestly, the first beta I played so much of. Then the only other time I played beta was the time that Casmer was over.
Oh yeah.
And outside of that, like I hadn't touched any of the betas. I never got a chance to play any of them. It makes me sad.
Just a couple of weeks until the full game is out.
I know, right? I mean,
we will crack out on it.
14 days. 2 weeks now.
Yeah.
2 weeks it's out.
Yeah. Yeah, Karen definitely seems good too, but I think that Chun-Li has like the best footsies and anti-air and some of the best pressure, and she has an invincible wake up. I don't know.
Dude, that standing short, it looks
All
like a
of the
ridiculous
things.
anti-air.
It's absurd.
It's basically Elena stand jab from Ultra. It's just this kick that hits way up here that's way too fast.
I really think it's the best anti-air. Like, obviously the damage is light, but there's no way to screw it up. It works from half screen. I tried it. I was like, what's the range where this is viable? And it's underneath the opponent. It's like underneath. Works right here.
Right.
But also if you're half screen away. So there's no way to mistime it.
Yeah, and it's not like you need as much startup time to get it to work.
Super easy.
Right. It's just like, oh, you know. So
that character I think is really, really good.
Yeah.
Anyway, it was really fun. Obviously looking forward to the final game, and
dude, I can't wait.
Not too long to wait now. So that was cool. That's not the only beta that I played.
Yep. I
this week.
Was just about to ask. Yes.
That's right. I played the Mortal Kombat XL, I guess, beta.
That's right.
Yeah.
No, I was just saying the XL. Yeah.
Yeah, XL.
Yeah.
So the online play is definitely better, I will say.
Okay.
The online play is a significant improvement.
Okay, cool.
Yeah. It has rollback netcode and
or GGPO, as Ed Boon would say.
well. You know, I don't know if it's as good as the SF5 beta was, but it's not far behind. I mean, it's legit. So it's so much easier to do things, and certainly sometimes if the connection seems bad, then you'll get significant rollbacks. But that's just the nature of that beast.
Yeah.
So, but dude, really, it's a lot better. It's a lot better.
Dude, I mean, it's not hard to be a lot better than what it was, right?
Exactly.
So
exactly.
But
it really is nice.
I'm excited for that. Again, I wish that they would port the dang thing to PC.
For sure.
But but outside of that, I mean, it seems good. There was also balance changes in the beta, right?
So they're rolling through different characters in it, and there are some balance changes. Some characters got interesting buffs. Kano can combo into his command grab
That's
now.
right.
You just do back one into command grab, but it works on hit or on block. You just do it. The opponent can jump. I mean,
on block
they can block and jump.
Yeah.
But then he also has like the safe choke, like the little quarter circle forward punch choke. So if you think that they're going to jump, you have a solution. That character is very, very good. But yeah, a lot of the characters got different things, and they're definitely testing stuff out. So it's not. I don't know that stuff is final yet. Of course, it's just the beta still, but the final version is coming out soon. Yeah. March 1st, I think.
Yeah. And we'll talk about that in a little bit too when we get to the game news for sure.
Sounds good. But no, I just wanted to say that I really appreciate the work that they're doing on this. It's it's quite late. It's quite late, but at the same time, I'm really happy that it's happening at all. And
exactly.
And it's a great sign for future games that they make, because whatever they make next, Injustice 2, whatever, MK11, something. They're going to make another fighting game. And they're you got to think that they will use this from the get-go. So
yeah, and I'll tell you one thing now too is just, I mean, it's funny because I said this last year, and I actually feel like I was wrong last year. I kept saying, wow, it's a great time to be a fan of fighting games. Like, that's true now way more than it was before. Like, even 1 year ago, just with the Street Fighter V stuff happening. Like I said, KI Season 3 looking really good. MKX looking really good. There's just a lot of really cool things coming down the pipe here. Oh, Revelator, of course.
Revelator comes in, yeah.
Johnny.
Yeah, that's right. That's right. Yeah, we mentioned the PC Mortal Kombat last week or 2 weeks ago, whenever we first brought this up, and that sucks. I have to think that's not NRS's decision. I mean, Warner Brothers has had like some less than stellar PC ports,
right?
Where it's been like Warner that's made decisions about who to develop the PC version. So that's my guess as to what's going on, but it sucks. Yeah, I wish that that there would be some recompense or some paying attention to the PC scene, because they're giving up players. You know, they're giving up a lot of players, and the players who bought it they bought a brick. You know, so that sucks.
That's the worst thing about it. It's not even just the fact that it doesn't work, but it's also the community backlash that you're kind of generating out of it. You're just going to have a lot of angry people about it. You know what I mean? There's always going to be this cloud hanging over it. You know what I mean? Like, now you're going to see a bunch of people on stream when MKX is on stream being like, you know, FNRS, you know, for this and blah, blah, blah. You know, there's just going to be that bad will towards it. And I think that sucks because the rollback netcode should have just been like this incredible win for the game, you know, because it's awesome to be able to play this game online now.
Yeah,
you know?
I really think that the people who know more about it, I mean, know that, you know, Warner has a really bad record when it comes to PC games. They're just as a publisher, they don't do very good work on that stuff. They farm it out to people who I think what I've heard is that they just don't give enough time.
Right.
That they give it out to some developer without enough time and with, you know, sort of silly timelines, and whatever happens, and they don't care that much about it. So I really don't think it's up to NRS. Knowing the people at NRS, I think that they would want to, you know, do what they could do, but they're not getting that chance. So I think that sucks. But there's some positives. You know, I'm really happy about the netcode, and the changes look great. So all right, so that's it there for KI World Cup and beta news. Do you want to take a quick break, and when we come back, we'll get into some event news and game news. So be right back, guys.